Imagine if Caltrans's roads, highways, and freeways moved people riding bikes as quickly and directly as people driving cars. Historically, the state highway system has too often posed a barrier for bicycle transportation. But what if the same characteristics that make state highways great, speed, directness, grade separation, to name a few, were applied to bicycle facilities? My name is Elliot Goodrich. I'm an Associate Transportation Planner in the Pedestrian and Bicycle branch here at District 4, and I'm going to talk to you about the Bay Area Bicycle Superhighway Concept Study, a forward-looking project that will envision a new category of bicycle infrastructure in the region and set the groundwork for implementation of direct, low-stress bike routes that are a joy to ride on. First, let's take a moment to acknowledge that this is not a new concept, and to draw inspiration from bike superhighways elsewhere. In Denmark's capital region, a network of designated bikeways around Copenhagen have led to an increase of 23% in bike trips. Often, these trips are for commute purposes. These highways are a mix of on-street and physically separated bicycle facilities that aim to minimize conflicts with cars and feature consistent signage, wayfinding, and striping to let riders know that they're on these highways. The average trip length for the facilities is around 7 miles, showing that people are willing to ride longer distances when high-quality bikeways are provided. The Danes plan to build 45 routes and 460 miles of these bike highways in the capital region, which, to compare to the Bay Area, is made up of 27 different municipalities, requiring extensive coordination. In London, a planned network of 280 miles of cycleways connects downtown to surrounding neighborhoods. Existing routes include bikeways built along British motorways, providing a template for how bicycle superhighways could be co-located with Caltrans facilities. So, how did we decide to explore this concept in the Bay Area? The process of developing the study began in 2015 with the Strategic Management Plan, which set an ambitious goal of tripling biking by 2020. This is a goal that we haven't even come close to achieving, reinforcing the need for innovative approaches to facilitate biking. In 2017, toward an Active California, the statewide bicycle and pedestrian plan first introduced the idea of bicycle highways, including a recommendation to develop a network of such facilities along the state highway system. In 2018, the following year, we completed our District 4 bike plan, which also recommended further studying bicycle superhighways along state highways and went so far as to identify certain corridors or routes that would be potential corridors for these facilities. As you can see, this study is a result of an iterative planning process, and we intend this study to be just one step in a process that will eventually result in the construction of bicycle superhighways right here in the Bay Area. So, what exactly will the concept study do? Well, you might have noticed that I haven't defined what the concept of a bicycle superhighway is yet. That's because that's the first step of the planning process. We're going to develop a set of best practices to do exactly that. We'll be gathering examples from around the world to get a really in-depth understanding of how others have implemented these facilities. We'll also be talking to our local government partners, regional experts in bicycle transportation and trail design, and the general public to understand what their vision for a bicycle superhighway is. Some of the questions we'll be asking will be about the types of grade separation necessary. Can this facility be on street, or does it have to be grade separated from cars? If and how pedestrians will be integrated into a bicycle superhighway is another question, as is what other amenities will provide, such as lighting, landscaping, bicycle-specific signals, or wayfinding. We'll be developing a survey and other outreach tools soon, and we'd love to hear your voices as well. Stay tuned, and you could be a part of shaping this vision. Once we have come up with a shared definition and vision for a bicycle superhighway, we'll begin to assess the state highway system within the district to get an idea of where these facilities should and can go. First, we'll evaluate corridors for suitability of bike superhighway co-location. We'll evaluate trip demand indicators such as jobs and housing data, percentage of car trips that are between 5 and 10 miles, for example, and connections to other regionally significant bikeways. We'll also take into account the communities that the corridors serve to ensure that the study is in line with the department's and the district's goals of serving traditionally disadvantaged communities. Essentially, we'll be identifying the highway corridors where the development of bicycle superhighway would be most impactful. Next, we'll do a high-level feasibility analysis of the most suitable corridors. With the best practices we came up with at the beginning of this project in mind, we'll evaluate right-of-way, topography, and other physical and political constraints to identify between 1 and 3 corridors that are both suitable and feasible for implementation of a bike superhighway. Finally, we'll think about ways that we can implement bike superhighways in the not too distant future. For example, can we leverage SHOP funding to develop these? What other funding or partnership opportunities are out there? Do we need a new funding program in the region and state? Or what are the next steps? All of this will happen between now and February 2022. Again, this is just one step in an iterative planning process, and we hope that the study will lead directly into the next step. I hope you're as excited about this innovative project to bring world-leading bicycles infrastructure to the Bay Area. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions, comments, or ideas. Thank you.